Hello, CASA Volunteers. Welcome to the brief tutorial on how to use the Apricot Connect portal. Remember, the reason for this portal is that it acts as our database to gather all of our information about not only our cases, but our CASA volunteers. So why every month does your coordinator ask you to submit your monthly hours? The reason is because it justifies the existence of our program. So without your time and energy put into advocating for youth in foster care, we would have no idea what the outcome of our program is. Why are we here? Why are we doing what we're doing? So every month, your CASA coordinator will ask you for your monthly hours. Please, please, please input them into the Apricot portal. So we're going to walk through that. But what we do is I want you to think about every time you take action with regards to the CASA program. All right. So if it weren't for CASA, would you be doing X activity? All right. So let's take a look here. We're going to log in to the Apricot portal. So as you can see here, this is our website up here, ocade.socialsolutionsportal.com, and we're going to log in. Once we log in, we are provided with 4 options. So let's walk through these. The very first one is our monthly hours contributed. We're going to select fill out. All right. You can certainly submit this every day if you would like. To me, that seems like a lot. So I suggest that you tally up your total hours throughout the month. So at the end of the month, you can appropriately and adequately input your time. So let's say we finished it for, let's say we did 31st. We have to do 01/31/2024. And let's say our total hours were 12 hours. When you calculate your hours, I want you to think about your time spent on your case as a big pizza pie. So that means driving to and from court hearings, attending triad meetings, attending court, contacting foster parents, contacting Division of Family Services social worker, talking to your coordinator, reading emails, reading records. Anything that has to do with your case, I want you to put that in your total hours, including the time spent with your client. So I want you to think about your monthly hours as the big, big pizza pie. We will get to our client contact in just a second. So let's see, I spent 12 hours total on my case. That means every single thing I've done related to my case. I'm going to click case specific, and we're going to add this to the Tom Jones case. The very bottom right-hand side, it's going to hit save. It's going to say, are you sure? You're going to hit yes. I'm going to say no, just so I don't have to delete it. And your monthly hours are finished. That is it. It should take 30 seconds. However, what if you have another case? We're going to select this form again. We're going to put that same date, our same month at least, 2024. And let's say on this particular case, I had 7 hours. This is my case specific. And let's say this one, I have the Bass Lavender case. Okay. So we're going to submit that, hit save, hit yes, and then that is it for that case. But what if you also serve as a CASA peer? That means you help a new CASA volunteer. Let's put that same date. Let's say you spent 3 hours chatting with your CASA mentee. So you are serving as a CASA peer. Name serve. So let's say I am assisting CASA Jane Doe. I'm going to put her in here. Hit save. It's going to say, are you sure? We're going to hit yes. And that is it. Every now and then you'll have something miscellaneous. So miscellaneous means that it is CASA time, but doesn't fall under your case specific, and it doesn't fall under serving as a CASA peer. For example, it might be serving on the board of Friends of CASA or Friends of Sussex CASA. You might assist at a community event talking about CASA. You might help doing something in the office. So if that's the case, we're going to go back here to filling it out. Go right to that same day. Let's say you spent an hour at a recruitment event. Then we're just going to hit miscellaneous. That's all we have to do for that one. Down here, save, click yes, and that is it. You are done with your monthly hours. We can leave this second form alone. This is willing to take an additional case. As soon as you click that, within minutes, your CASA coordinator will call you for a new case. Just kidding. But we only want to select this if you are actually ready to take a new case, an additional case right now. Our next and newest form is called the training certification. We're going to fill this out. You are only going to fill out this training form if you have completed a training that I do not know about. Meaning, if you come to an in-person in-service and I see you, do not fill out this form for that training. If you attend a virtual lunch and learn when I'm there, do not fill out this form. I see you, I will log that time for you. This is only for logging training that I don't otherwise know about. So for example, you might listen to a podcast, you might watch a recorded video, you might attend a webinar, you might have read a book or watched a movie all related to child welfare. I would have no idea that you've done that. So you're going to come into here, select CASA Volunteer. We're going to put the date. Let's say we'll stick with the same date. We're busy on this date. Our training category: did I read a book? Did I attend a conference? Did you attend a court observation? Did you watch a movie? Did you listen to a podcast? Did you take a refresher training? Did you watch a recorded video or a webinar? Whatever that is, we're going to select it. We're going to put the name of the training. So let's just say we put, we saw human trafficking. And then let's say it was a 1-hour webinar. I'm going to put in here 1 or 2 sentences that I learned about the human trafficking. I'm going to put this right in here. Did I receive a certificate? Let's say I didn't, but if I did, I would hit select file, and then I would upload the file, whatever that is, and I would insert it. Let's just say I don't have one here. I'm going to hit save. It's going to say, are you sure? Then I'm going to get an email so that I can take a look and make sure that the information is correct. So when it comes to calculating the training hour, we want you to round to the closest half hour. Most of my trainings that I've recorded, either as a podcast or as a video, I try to keep them close to the 30 or hour and a half or 2-hour mark. I try to time it like that, though some of them are a little bit off. So just round to the closest half hour. Next is our client contact. So I want you to think back to the pizza pie of the monthly hours form. So our client contact is one slice of that pizza pie. All right. So our monthly hours will include the time spent with our client. It could include the time driving to visit our client. It could include time texting or emailing or FaceTiming with your client. Now we just want to pull out that piece. All right. So we're going to put the date that we actually saw our child. So let's say we saw them on, let's say we did January 14th, 2024. Name of my client. I'm seeing John Jones. Let's say I saw him face to face. It's going to drop down. I'm going to select foster home. And let's say I spent an hour and a half. So I'm going to put 1.5 hours. In the bottom right-hand side, it's going to hit save. It's going to say, are you sure? I'm going to hit yes. And that is it. What if I saw John Jones more than once in a month? Well, if that's the case, I'm going to go back to this form. I'm going to fill it out again. Let's say I saw him on the 21st of the same month. Same child, John Jones, or if I have a second child, this is where I would input that information as well. Let's say I did a phone call with him, and let's say it was a half an hour. And then I'm going to hit save. It's going to say, are you sure? I'm going to hit yes, and that is it. So remember, the purpose of this database, this Apricot Connect portal, is to gather information on how much time CASA volunteers spend on their case. It is essential to our work. It is what justifies the existence of our program. It allows us to seek funding, especially in the nonprofit space, and it's super, super helpful. So whenever your CASA coordinator asks you for your monthly hours, please go ahead and complete them. If you have any questions, go ahead and shoot me an email or your CASA coordinator, and we'll be able to answer them for you. Thanks for watching.